Let me start by thanking the organizers for inviting me, and also thank you all of you for joining Novacon 2026 today. As in the introduction, myself is Dr. Sunil Nadgauda. I am a nutritionist and working with Venkateshwara BV Biocar Private Limited. Today, I will presenting on the topic feeding for finesse, the science of precision nutrition in commercial layers. And I am mainly focusing on precision nutrition as it is a tool to optimize the cost and productivity both. Over the next 30 minutes, I will cover three areas mainly: introduction and current status of Indian poultry industry. Then second will be feeding for finesse, and finally the precision nutrition of layers with some key takeaways. So as I think statistics has been told to you by all the dignitaries right from the morning. So our annual egg production as per the basic animal husbandry statistics 2025 is 149 billion. Then per capita consumption is 106 eggs, and we are ranking second globally. Whereas the scale of the layer industry is concerned, we are contributing significantly to India's livestock economy along with dairy and fisheries. I think Dr. Mahesh has given in detail account of all this in the morning. And the factors or growth drivers for this growth are rising middle class demand for protein-rich food, then vertically integrated companies, and government support for supply of maize, soybean, and other raw material. Then these are the targets for any layer farmers working in India. Mainly, nowadays we have to keep the layer birds up to 100 weeks minimum, or sometimes beyond 100 weeks also. And keeping birds 100 weeks is not a question. Question is what about the egg cell quality and egg size. Then next important question is, or target is, to keep the feed cost control because of volatility in the prices of the raw materials, then quality and consistency of the feed ingredients, then alternative feed ingredient, their usage, inclusion, and the most important is how we can formulate a balanced diet for the hens. Then another important target is managing the daily operations. Even though we are moving towards the automated sheds and AI, technology, but still we need some skilled as well as unskilled manpower, and getting manpower is not the job done. We need to train them, and the most crucial part is to retain them. I think many of you will agree with me that retaining the manpower is not as easy as earlier. And again, the most important thing which is happening or which is challenging, giving more challenges in the poultry industry is disease prevention and biosecurity. Because continuous disease threats, then vaccination protocols, disinfection, cleaning, water sanitization. So a layer farmer, he has to look after all these things to make his farming profitable. And these are the critical factors to be successful in commercial layer farming. One, the most important thing is that to produce or to prepare a robust pullet, at 15 weeks of age, the bird should be strong enough so that it can take the production to the 100 weeks. So all this producing a robust pullet will consider brooding, growing, management, vaccination, everything. Then we need to have a check on weekly body weight and uniformity during rearing phase, and then weekly body weight and monthly body weight and egg weight for keeping the bird's weight under control, egg size under control. In rearing phase, we need to give proper attention towards the breast muscle development, where the additional energy can be stored in the form of glycogen, which can be utilized during the high requirements, especially during the first phase of the laying. Then early chick nutrition, medullary bone development, early laying performance, then feeding the birds according to the body weight, egg weight, performance, and climate. And first and the most important is gut health, because even though your formulation is good, bird is good, but if gut health is not proper, then everything will be futile. So all these are the critical factors. There are many more factors also, but I tried to list out some of the important out of these. So I say that pullet is the foundation for successful laying, and any good thing to be great, we need a great foundation. Without good foundation, we cannot run the show, or we cannot build or construct a big structure. Then these are the three important areas. One is gut health. As I told, he needs to convert these feed into the nutrients provided to the birds for the performance, production. Then liver, playing many roles rather than detoxification. It is also playing a role in egg cell quality, metabolism of vitamin D3, then choline and all. And third one is immunity, because we need to keep the bird's immunity as high as possible, so that the bird will be able to fight the bacterial, viral challenges at any time of its laying cycle. These are the critical periods in laying or rearing pullet, because majorly first few weeks, like 5-6 weeks, we need to give more concentration upon organ development, then muscle development, then skeletal development takes lot of time, and it is also lot of period is also there. And then after 16-17 weeks, there is a development of medullary bone and then reproductive tract. And this thing in yellow is very important. This is the deposition of the fat. My experience says, or the literature says, laying hen at the point of lay should have some fat deposition to sustain the egg production. How? Because there is a high demand for the nutrients during that period. So needs to have some fat deposition at the point of lay. So this is what I was talking. You can see that here 19 week and 30 week feed consumption typically changes from 80 gram per bird per day to 110 gram, which is almost 37-38% increase. Body weight from 1.3 kg to 1.49 kg, almost 15% growth is there in the body weight. And see here, egg production, here it is 25% as 19 weeks, whereas 30 week production is 98%. So more than 290% increase in the egg production happens from 19 weeks to 30 weeks. And egg weight from 42.5 grams to 56 grams. So there is also 30%, more than 30% growth in there. So what a commercial layer farmer has to keep in mind that as and when the bird starts egg production, our target should be the bird should reach to 100 gram feed consumption per bird per day to have all these parameters met. And most important is that the bird should get all the required nutrients with this consumption. Otherwise, what happens? Many times I have seen the layer farmers, 90 gram consumption is there, 95 gram consumption is there, bird is laying fantastically like 98, 97%. That goes up to 32, 33 weeks and then sudden drop in production comes. And then all investigation starts, but basic thing which is important, that is whether the bird's feed consumption, nutrient intake is supporting that egg production or not. Then they will investigate for the ND titers, IB titers, LPAI, HPAI, so many things. Nowadays, EDS also, so many. But they will not look after that, whether the bird's consumption is 100 grams or not. And this is the main culprit, so that the bird's production in the peak, there is a drop in the production, and afterwards, even though you try anything, the production level will not reach to the normal from where it has dropped. So the main important aspect is the bird should eat 100 grams as early as possible when it starts laying. So that's why the main important is intake, and more intake is crucial till it reaches 100 grams, so that it will sustain the egg production in later laying cycle. Then nowadays we have seen that we all are talking about, or since morning, and our moderator also told that the precision nutrition is very important, because it is contributing more than 75% to the cost of production of the egg or broiler meat or breeder hatching eggs. So what I will say, nutrition is not just a technical term, or it is not just making the formulation and making the feed and giving to the bird. It is a foundation for performance, health, and it will also decide the farm profitability. Then these are the base, how we decide the formulation or how we decide the nutrient requirements of the birds. So important is, first we should know the nutrient requirements of the bird. Then we have to look for the alternative feed ingredients which are available locally. Then rational use of additives, keeping in mind health and immunity of the bird, we have to formulate, or we have to decide the feed, how to feed our laying birds. Then after deciding how to feed the bird, we need to control that feed cost also. So that can be achieved by having consumption based formulations. See, all the nutrient requirements which are given in the manual, they are in the percent basis. So that much requirement bird need per day. Suppose your consumption is 110 gram and you are formulating on percent basis, then it may overfeed the bird. So we need to have consumption based formulations to provide more accurately the requirement of the birds for day's production. Then use of alternative feed ingredient. While using the alternative feed ingredient, because nowadays the DDGS and all other alternative raw materials are available in ample quantity, so we need to consider the maximum inclusion levels, and at the same time, why these maximum inclusion levels needs to be followed, because of anti-nutritional factors and their after effects on the production, health and performance of the bird. Then nowadays many additives, they are coming with the matrix values, nutrient matrix, say for example enzymes. So we need to be rational when we are applying the matrix values. Many times we all are dealing with the livestocks, and there 1 plus 1 cannot be 2. It may be 11, it may be 0. So we need to be rational when applying the nutrient matrix. Then one of the major reason for high feed cost is also keeping the more safety margins, because we don't have confidence on our formulation rather, or on the quality of the raw material. So we keep very high safety margins, which ultimately results in the high cost of feed. Ultimately cost of production is also higher. Then phase feeding will help to optimize the cost also, because you see that the phase 1 feed, suppose it is suggested from 18 weeks to 25 weeks, then 26 weeks to 46 weeks it is phase 2, afterwards phase 3. there almost phase 1 feed is 8 kg, then phase 2 is 8 kg. If you want to save it, your cost is 24 rupees for phase 1, and you are continuing the same feed in the phase 2 also, then your cost will be 1 rupee higher, means 8 rupees per bird cost will be higher throughout bird's life cycle. So phase wise feeding to provide the accurate nutrients required during that phase of production and as per the bird's requirement. Then monitoring egg weight and bird's weight is also important, because the bird is not eating only for the production. Bird is eating for the maintenance first, then production, then growth, and then production. So we need to monitor the bird's weight also, because 1.6 kg laying hen and 1.45 or 1.5 kg laying hen will have different requirements of energy for the maintenance purpose. Then maintaining egg cell quality, very crucial when we are keeping the birds for 100 weeks. So, and if we can maintain or we can have better egg cell quality, then we will get more hens, eggs per hen. I think Tommy has said that, are you getting 400 eggs in 84 weeks? I will say yes, there are so many layer farmers in our country. They are definitely getting eggs, but that needs a planning right from the day one. That is producing the pullet, then managing the phase-wise feeding and all that. And most important, whether your formulation is balanced or not, bird is eating 100 gram or not, how we are managing the bird in the shed. Because nowadays, with most of the automated sheds and silos and automatic feeding systems, you ask any layer customer in the country, many of them will answer you, we are not able to calculate the exact feed per bird per day. So that's why we are also unable to see whether there is a uniform distribution of the shade, a uniform distribution of the feed to all the birds, because each cage will have 7-8 laying hens. And suppose you are giving 100 gram, means 800 gram feed should be in front of all the in front of one cage. So you can we are not assured that all the birds are getting equal quantity of feed or not. So this is a main challenge. So we need more skilled and unskilled persons also there to look after these and ensure that every bird is getting same amount of feed which will fulfill its nutrient requirement for production and growth also. With this, I think something. This is approximate daily nutrient requirement of a commercial laying hen, with considering 110 and 115 gram average feed intake in our country, and crude protein ranging from 16 to 18% depending upon the phase of the bird in which it is producing. Then lysine, methionine, calcium, phosphorus, energy. In commercial laying hens, one most important factor needs to be taken into consideration while formulating the feed is the daily energy requirement. And according to the energy requirement, we have to formulate or we have to keep the levels of other nutrients in accordance with the energy requirement. So energy requirement is very crucial, as it is the energy which is driving the egg production and not the protein. Then these are some of the common feeding mistakes, like too frequent changes in the formulation. Today soya has gone to 50 rupees, then so reduce it to again further 5%, then add some rapeseed or DDGS. So these kind of frequent changes in the formulations are not also very beneficial for egg production. Then high calcium diets, because I may be wrong, if I am wrong please correct me, but my experience says that in our country, majority of the egg breakage is because of feeding excess calcium, and then irregular feeding schedules which are causing stress to the birds and also affecting the productivity. So, what is the solution? The solution is feeding for finesse, the science of precision nutrition in commercial layers. So, feeding for finesse is in animal nutrition is used as a general concept in for precision feeding strategies, and also finesse is used as a precision feeding strategy because feeding for finesse refers to the art and science of precisely meeting an animal's daily nutrient needs to optimize the health, growth, and productivity of the birds while minimizing the wastage of the nutrients. And for this, we need to have in-depth knowledge about the complex interplay of the ingredients, animal physiology, environmental factors, and so many things. So, in commercial layers, feeding for the finesse means we have to provide a balanced nutritional and nutrient-rich diet which will maximize the egg production, egg cell quality, and hen health while avoiding common mistakes like overfeeding or underfeeding, which we don't want. Because underfeeding will affect the performance, overfeeding will definitely reduce the bottom line of the farm. And that's why our goal is precision feeding, where we are meeting the nutritional needs of the birds without wastage or imbalance. Then, these are the key aspects of feeding for finesse. One is balancing the nutrients, like avoid over excess or deficiencies. Then feed processing, because whether you are making a formulation and you are giving it to the for the feed meal for the production, and there needs to be all in precision also to have the same formulation on the paper to be translated to the feed production or feed meal. And then feed management to ensure consistent intake of the bird in the feed, then prevent wastage of the feed and maintain healthy gut environment. And supplement the strategic supplementation to enhance the nutrient requirement of the bird. So, and these are the essentials for feeding, how we can feed the bird with finesse. One is deep ingredient knowledge. We should have knowledge about the ingredients, their inclusion limits, their anti-nutritional factor status, their contributions in terms of which nutrient they are rich, which are they are deficient. Then adaptive formulation scale, considering the field realities like ingredient shift, seasonal changes, birds' health challenges, without losing the balance between the performance and feeding or cost. Then integration of the additives. We have to use some functional additives to fine tune the performance under stress conditions, because stress is always there. Sometimes summer stress, then winter stress, vaccination stress, shifting, and many things. Then we should have we have to consider economic sensitivity. So we have to balance the cost and benefit, and when to invest in higher value ingredients, like just soya went down to 33 rupees. That time majority of the nutritionist or the layer farmer, they have shifted towards the soybean as a sole source of protein in the feed. So likewise we have to do that. Then holistic approach, considering the gut health, water quality, management pack. I always say that formulation is not done by sitting in the AC room. Formulation is always done after visiting the farm, seeing the feed mill, observing the operation of the feed mill, and observing all the raw materials. Then only one can do the formulation, how to feed the bird. Then communication, translating technical nutrition into clear, actionable guidelines for the farmers. Only we know the precision feeding for how to feed for the finesse and all that, but that needs to be translated to the customer through one-to-one meeting or through small nukkad meetings or small meetings. And one more important thing is that a continuous feedback loop should be there, so that using trial farm data, field performance, and farmer observation to refine the strategies, so that we can make it much better. So feeding for finesse succeeds when science, precision, Science or precision or art, adaptability are harmonized, guided by data, but responsive to the real world. Otherwise, these two things will go in hand, and it also captures the elegance of fine-tuned feeding while emphasizing rigor of precision nutrition. So, if feeding for finish is the art of nutrition, then precision nutrition is the science behind that art. So all these things are, both these terms are linked to each other. So finish and precision nutrition, when they are aligned, finish provides adaptability and creativity to tailor feeding strategies, and precision nutrition brings rigor of science and measurement. So together they are creating a holistic approach which can maximize performance, efficiency and profitability without compromising the animal health, wealth and performance. And why this feeding or finish needs precision? Because foundation of accuracy, without precision, finish risk becoming gross guesswork. So we need to be precise when we are feeding the bird or formulating the bird for finish. And precision nutrition also, it will provide a baseline data and nutrient targets that finish can adapt to real world reality. Then it also needs consistency with adaptability, because precision will ensure that the bird diet will meet the physiological requirement consistently, whereas finish will allow you to adjust the factors like ingredient variability, heat stress and gut health challenges. The third one is performance and profitability, where precision nutrition drives efficiency and cost control, whereas finish ensures those precise formulations translated into practical success under diverse farm conditions or under different conditions. And lastly, the science and art synergy, because finish makes nutrition strategies engaging and adaptable, but precision will only ensure that they remain scientifically valid and economically sound. Then only these both together are going to work together. Then coming to what is precision feeding? So precision feeding is simply about delivering right amount of nutrients at the right time to the bird. And it uses technology, data and nutritional science to optimize the feed efficiency, to improve the bird's health, reduce the wastage and minimize the environmental impact. So then only precision nutrition will be helpful from the welfare point of the birds also. And what is the concept behind precision feeding is targeted nutrient delivery as per the bird's requirement for egg production or for body maintenance, growth, according to the climatic changes, temperature and all that. Then we need to have dynamic adjustment, fine tuning of nutrient levels based on age, health, production cycle, which can ensure the bird will receive the right amount of protein, energy, calcium, phosphorus and trace minerals. And most importantly, reducing the feed wastage by minimizing excess nutrients, because as I said, underfeeding and overfeeding both are not beneficial. And precision feeding will lower the feed cost, environmental impact. At the same time, it will also help to maintain the productivity of the birds. And how it works? It mainly works through data collection about the performance, production of the bird, egg weight, body weight, feed consumption, mortality. Then feeding the bird, formulating the feed as per the exact nutrient requirements based on the data collected. Then after formulating the feed, we have to deliver the same feed formulation to the bird. After feeding that feed to the bird, we have to take the feedback by continuously monitoring the birds or the flock and then we need to fine tune the nutrient requirement based on the feedback. Suppose you have done some formulation and you experience some drop in production or drop in the egg weight or increase in the egg weight, then accordingly we need to fine tune for the next time. And these are the benefits. It will improve the efficiency by reducing the feed wastage, and then it will also improve the bird's health, which is very crucial for maintaining the bird's health at highest possible level. Then it will also enhances the growth, egg size, persistency in the egg laying will be there. Sustainability, reduce nutrient excretions like phosphorus, and cost saving. Optimizes the feed usage, lowers the feed cost, less wastage. So these are the benefits of the feeding. And these are the benefits for excel quality and egg production. These are calcium optimization by according to the requirement of the birds for that particular egg laying stage, we can formulate based on the calcium required for the egg cell formation. Then stronger cells, and also we can adjust trace mineral support. Suppose you know that zinc and manganese, they are important for egg cell formation. So accordingly you can formulate your diet based on your data collected by. Then improved laying performance, better feed efficiency and enhanced health, these will be from production point of view. And these are the comparison of the conventional feeding versus precision feeding. Mainly safety margins, we are keeping higher safety margins, and here they are lesser. So that cost of feed with the precision feeding will be less as compared to the traditional farming. And also it will result in higher cost, whereas it will optimize the cost of the egg production. And one such precision feeding practice, which is sometimes it can be adopted, but it requires lot of attention, is split feeding. And as we know that generally the bird in the morning bird need energy for egg production, and in the afternoon the bird need calcium for the egg cell formation. So accordingly we can design the split feeding schedule so to optimize the productivity, at the same time to reduce the egg breakage or to improve the egg cell quality. And what is the future scope for precision feeding? So more precise feed formulation as per exact nutrient needs of the bird, then use of AGP alternatives to fine tune the feeds for improving gut health, and greater focus on sustainable feed sources, then towards production of nutrient rich or value added eggs. So this will be the scope of or area of scope to work in future in precision feeding. And then again, precision feeding is a transforming animal nutrition into data driven science, because currently we are not much into the data driven data driven processes for formulating the feed or manufacturing the feed. So it is not just about feeding the animals, it is about feeding them with smarter, with sustainability and efficiency at the core. And in short, the precision feeding is improvement in productivity, health, internal egg quality, reduction in the cost of the feed, and at the same time reduction in the environmental impact also. So in conclusion, feeding for finesse and precision nutrition is learn what is precision feeding, how to precise the feed formulation, and then we have to practice, we have to keep that all the processes or all the formulations in practice. Then we have to evaluate them by continuously monitoring them and collecting the data, analyzing them, and then again we have to refine them, and again refining, then again we have to start from the learn, repractice, evaluate and refine. So this process will go continuously with precision feeding. So in conclusion, or in essence, feeding for finesse requires mastery of both science and subtlety, and precision provides numbers, but finesse ensures those numbers works in the real world. Otherwise, if they are not working in the real world, they don't make any sense. And in short, finesse without precision is fragile, and precision without finish is rigid. So these two should go hand in hand, and together they can create a resilient, profitable, and performance driven feeding strategies. So I always say that every gram of feed counts and every cell will tell you a different story. So it is not like that one precision formulation or one good formulation will work at every farm. Every farm, rather I will say every shed in the farm, even though with the similar age group, they will need the different feed formulations. So that's why every gram of feed counts, every cell tells a different story. And with this, I come to the conclusion of my presentation. So I leave this question up to you. What is your biggest challenge in layer nutrition? With this, I thanks to the organizers for inviting me. Thank you.